A tradition truly unlike any other, the coaches at the annual meeting this year in Orlando. Everything has been compressed.
Looking good. Not as meeting. Compressed on that top row there. There's some people missing. A little extra shoulder room than years past, it seems like.
Absolutely. Like, I'm surprised the photographer didn't say, can we move it in? But see, if you move it in there, then it gets a little sparse over there. And the point is, like, this thing used to be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the coach's photo would come out during the week. Now, we don't even get to dinner on Sunday, and here's the coach's photo. Like, they've really hit the accelerator on this thing. They want to get everything done and get the hell out of there. But some of the guys didn't even show up. Now, they're all lined up in front. You got the Harbaugh brothers together again. You got Andy Reid in shorts and his Tommy Bahama shirt, as per usual. We got some new faces there for the first time. But missing, and thank you, whoever compiled this list, Nick Sirianni, Mike McCarthy, Matt Eberflus, Mike Tomlin, Sean Payton, not photoed in the group.
I mean, they're there, right? They're at the owners' meeting. I'm sure they're just like, they said, the hell with this picture, right? I mean, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're playing golf. Maybe they just said, I got other things to do. I got another meeting, whatever. But, yeah, they said the hell with the picture on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's the thing. It would be interesting to know what the explanation is. Is it, I choose not to be photographed?
Yeah.
Is it, I didn't get in until after they took the thing? They usually take it on Monday. What are you doing? Like, why is this a Sunday thing all of a sudden? I think this is the first year the photo has ever emerged on the Sunday of the annual meetings. So maybe there's a legitimate excuse, or maybe you have 5 head coaches who decide, one or more, or collectively, to give the photograph process the middle finger, which would be great. If you're going to do that, just show up and give the middle finger for the photo. I'd rather you do that. Instead of figuratively giving the middle finger to the entire process, just show up and, give the middle finger. Just scratch your forehead at the right time.
Yeah. That'll go over well. We wouldn't talk about that or anything. But I don't know.
Good.
We see every year like 2 guys miss pictures or are not there, right? It does seem more than normal with 5 not attending this picture. Also, too, what I'm always intrigued by, right, is just who gets dibs on the front and center seat, right? In years past, we had Andy Reid and Belichick right there, right? I understand Andy Reid, right? He deserves to be there. He should be front and center. But I always look at the other guys there and go, oh, that's a bold move there, sitting up front and center. Jim Harbaugh, First year back in the league, going, I'll take the center seat, no problem.
I guarantee you he got there early. He showed up with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind, was standing in line at the velvet rope by the photograph area. He was getting the midpoint. He was going to be the fulcrum of the front row. Not Andy Reid, not my brother. I'm getting that spot because I'm back. I'm the man. Hey, Andy, get your big leg out of my way. I'm coming for you this fall. That's the message he's sending with that smile.
I guess so. I don't feel like he's that kind of guy to plan that out like that, but, nonetheless, him and his brother
plans out everything.
I know.
He plans out everything.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't seem one to worry about attention or stuff like this a whole lot. Maybe he did, though. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit, though. But Andy looking smooth as always in one of his Hawaiian shirts there. You can never, owners meeting, anytime Andy's outside of the actual facility, it's always, you're always going to see one of these type of shirts on Andy Reid.
As we pan through that front row, you have, from time to time, the Conor McGregor, who the fook is that guy reaction as we get used to some of these new coaches like Brian Callahan, there he is. Some people are going to be like, who's he? Dave Canales to his right, the Panthers coach, obviously. Callahan, the Titans coach, and I only knew who he was immediately because we interviewed him at the scouting combine. I might have been Conor McGregor-ish.
Dennis Allen was last year's, like, everybody, who the hell is that guy in the picture, right? So there he is, wearing the hat, too. Bold move, right? I don't know. Is he the only guy wearing a hat in the picture? I think he is.
I think he might be.
Yeah, that's a rare one.
I have a theory, too.
What?
I have another theory, an alternative theory. Oh, you got Jonathan Gannon sockless. I have an alternative theory on why Jim Harbaugh sat down, because if you stand up, you got some big mofos in the back row that you might not measure up to, like Dan Campbell, like Kevin O'Connell. Like, if you're going to stand, you bet. Like Brian Daboll, he probably was the last one there and missed his seat because I'm not standing next to these guys. These guys are giants. Look how big those guys are. Look at Dan Campbell. D'Amico Ryan's sneaky huge. You know, a lot of big guys. Gerard Mayo back there. I mean, and it takes Zach Taylor. I got to give you the round of applause for standing next to Dan Campbell. Nobody wants to stand next to Dan Campbell
because football players don't think like that. See, that's a common man thought, and I don't mean that to be disrespectful. But when you get numb to that, when you're like you've been in the locker room or played football like a Jim Harbaugh. That's where it can be different, right? I mean, again, I learned pretty early on in life, like, whoa, there's people out there that are big, and I'm never going to be that big. And look at that guy. He's way bigger than my dad. I thought my dad could beat anybody up. Right. But you do get a little numb to that, right, where – you know, you don't worry about it as much. Hey, depends on the locker room. I go to the Equinox, yeah, I'm one of the biggest, strongest guys around. You know, you bring me to an NFL facility, I'm the wimpiest guy around. It just depends where you are, and, you know, that's where I think the NFL guy has become numb to that to a degree.
I wonder if any of them are on their toes.
Yeah, right?
You think any of them are on their toes?
I know, right? I'd like to know, too. I hope it would be
Can't
Shanahan.
Tell.
So I
there we
him.
go.
I'd love
Zooming
to get on Shanahan.
Zooming in. Can see the footwear, but can't see the back row.
McDermott wearing some
placement.
cool sneaks. Looks like he's got some Jordans on there, something like that, or something cool with the suit. McVay's always dressed to a T. Look at that, like perfectly khakis with the loafers and the perfect collared shirt. And he's done some muscles, right? LaFleur's next to him going, man, my muscles aren't as big as McVay's.
Guns out.
Yeah,
I know, but my shirt's tighter.
Yeah, LaFleur's trying to like flex a little just so he doesn't look too much smaller than McVay sitting there.
You know, it's funny. You talk about football players getting together, and they're all different sizes and shapes. And that's one of the things that's great about football. It really is a cross-section of the human body.
It is, no doubt.
Everything.
Right.
Short, tall, thin, thick, muscular, just country strong, like all sorts of guys. But back when my son was in high school and we had sideline passes for that great Baylor West Virginia game from 2012 when the final score I think was 92-87, and Geno Smith had a big game, and Stedman Bailey and Tavon Austin. And we're standing down there on the sideline, and this is when my son is still, like, you know, he's growing, and he's 16 that year. Is that right? 16? Yeah, 16 that year, and biggest kid on his football team at high school, small Catholic school, but biggest kid on the team, you know, and thinking he's going to keep growing and being big. And, you know, it was like a little bit taller than me. We stand on that sideline, and I saw him, like, do that. And then just to the guy next to him in, you know, full uniform. And it's like, yep, that's the moment you realize they grow them bigger than you in places other than North Central West Virginia. So that was his moment of forced humility. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.